Good evening. Welcome to Last Minute Sports Betting with the Sports Nuts. I'm Bob. That's Mike. We're here. We're going to talk a little betting, a little sports, a little fun.
How about them positive EV plays, man?
Oh, Mike's hot on the positive EV plays. But, Mike, I got to do this. I have to share this one little clip from when I was in St. Louis, and I had to make it over to Illinois in order to bet. Are you ready? Well, that was quite the adventure. I made it through. I got my positive EV bet made. Whew. What a day. Yeah, that was fun. Don't forget, folks, you need multiple sports books. Click the links below. Take advantage of the best books in your state. And if you want to be a partner with OddsJam, there's a link below, and you share with your friends. Get 20% of all the revenue for those who sign up with that link. All right, so let's look at what's happening, Mike.
All right.
As I'm looking around here, obviously not a lot happening right now at this moment other than spring training baseball, which I don't think a lot of people really care about. But let's take a look at, there's a couple of matchups that I'm really interested in your opinion on. And the first one is Chicago at Milwaukee. You know, I was thinking earlier that Chicago was going to win this game. And now the more that I think about it, because they played last night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe Milwaukee has the edge here being at home. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I agree. I like Milwaukee in this game 100%. I actually, depending on what you can get the spread for, there were some good lines early that were out there. I think it's up to 8 now. I honestly wouldn't be a bit surprised if they cover even that. Chicago comes off of a big win against Toronto last night. They broke over 100 points, had 113, close to 120. So I would expect them to not be as efficient defensively. So
right now that spread is 7.5 to 8 to 8.5. It just depends on what you're looking at. The thing is that if you took Milwaukee minus 8.5, you could get them like at plus 105 right now.
Yeah, that's very tempting to take. I like Milwaukee in this matchup, no doubt about it. Chicago, I'm not sold on anyway. And Giannis is in an MVP race that he's got to continue to be geared up for, so I like him tonight.
Okay, I got another one for you here. Tampa Bay's at Carolina. They both made a few moves. You could get Tampa Bay at plus 106 right now if you feel they'll win on the road. Carolina has actually been struggling. You can get them at minus 115 right now. Who do you feel has the upper hand in this game?
Being at home, I think you'd have to give the edge to Carolina, and currently Tampa Bay is ahead of Carolina in the standings, correct?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, they're in different divisions, so Tampa Bay's in second place in their division. Carolina's in first in their division.
Well, I think this has got best record implications, so I think Carolina needs this game a little bit more than Tampa Bay. It's at home. I think they'll come out desperate. They don't want to get shown up on home ice against a team that they believe that maybe they could end up seeing deep in the playoffs, huh?
Mike, you just sounded Canadian. You went against.
I did.
You did. You went all Canadian on me.
I went all in on that, didn't I? How'd you like that, man? And
right,
hey, you know what? It comes out. I got to be honest with you. That comes out a lot more smoother too. I like it.
St. Louis at Washington. Any feel for this game? Washington at home minus 145. St. Louis plus 132 is the best that you can get on them. I didn't bet this game myself, so I'm just going to tell you I'm rooting for the Blues. I did not bet this game at all. I stayed away from it after a few losses of the Blues in a row. Any feel on that game at all?
Man, it's a tough one. It's at Washington, but the Blues are desperately needing a win against. Hey, I said against. See, I don't think that sounds as good. Let's do this. The Blues need a big win against an Eastern Conference team that they have been getting thumped on by. I mean, just absolutely thumped by these Eastern Conference teams left and right. They need this win bad.
Okay. We got Dallas and Edmonton.
Edmonton was red hot before the tough loss against Washington.
Right.
In overtime.
You can get plus 102 with Edmonton. I actually bet this and took the Oilers in this game, although that is not my lock of the day. All right. One last one here, Mike, and that is Nashville is at Los Angeles with the Kings holding on to second place. Nashville flying all the way out to LA, and right now you can get the Predators at plus 108 or the Kings at minus 115. I went with the Kings in this game. I feel like they are ready to take a solid hold on that second place in the Pacific Division. Your thoughts?
Well, we're going to find out a little bit what they're made of. Nashville, I can assure you, will not fly out to LA just to get thumped by the Kings. So I think that we will find out a little bit about the Kings deeper in the season now, playing against a team that you will likely be in the playoffs with. I know the way the playoffs are set up, you don't have to see opposing divisions until basically the Eastern Conference Finals potentially. So I guess in a sense, these two teams aren't probably going to see each other unless it was in the Eastern Conference Finals, but it gives you an idea of how you stack up.
Okay, we're going to go to something that Mike wanted to do. Major League Baseball futures. He wants to talk about this. I really don't have a feel for the futures yet because I'm not sure that everybody is in place other than the Dodgers are going to win their division. How's that?
Well, I would agree that it's probably maybe just a hair early to maybe jump on one. But then again, there's a couple that stand out to me, Bob, and I want to know your opinion on because I think they're good, solid takes here, man. When you're talking about a futures pick, I mean, the obvious choice is going to be who? The Dodgers, right?
Right. I just said
that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure that that's the team I want to ride. I mean, you know how baseball can be. You can see wild card teams potentially go to the World Series. It happens frequently. It hasn't as often recently, I guess, but in past years, we've definitely seen wild card teams that have made a lot of noise. So let's take a look at a couple of teams, Bob. The White Sox, I mean, you can get them at plus 1,200. I mean, don't the White Sox stand out as a team to you that has slowly improved each year and looks like a team that could take that next step, that next leap?
You know, I don't know.
I mean, you got to think it's a futures pick here. I mean, the White Sox are no doubt a playoff team, right?
You got to let me finish.
Sorry.
Get in here. Is Lance Lynn going to be your ace of your staff? If that's the case, I don't think the White Sox got what it takes.
No, I disagree. I think they do, and I think that's a great look at when you're looking at a futures pick. Another one, the Rays are on plus 1,600, Bob. The Tampa Bay Rays, who play in that stacked and absolutely stacked American League East. Don't you think the Rays are a team that you would like to take a look at as a futures pick? Plus 1,600, man.
Yeah, that one I could probably think
plus
about.
Plus 1,600. I mean, they're a team that was in the World Series a couple of years ago. They were a playoff team last year. They made some noise once again, and I like that as well.
Quit talking like a Canadian again. All right, you ready for some positive EV?
I am.
All right, let me find my little thing here, and I'll click on it, and then share the screen.
Hey, how about the Mets at plus 1,000?
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I'm not big on the Mets. at all right now.
That again, you're coming from your heart there. The old Cardinals Mets rivalry.
I really don't have a feel for anything right now, baseball wise. This is all you. I'm going to work on that and see what I think as time goes on. But I really don't know what the Mets pitching staff is going to look like completely. Their bullpen. There's a lot that goes into this. All right, Mike. In this game, Milwaukee and Chicago at Milwaukee, there is a player steals plus blocks for Vucevic, or however you say his name.
I wouldn't touch that unless you've got some great
over 1.5.
Yeah.
Is he capable of getting 2 steals? Because he's not going to get
a
block.
No, and looking at that right now, I don't let me find it again. No, I wouldn't touch that one.
Okay, and then you have another one like that, Klay Thompson, player steals and blocks over 1.5. That one I could see hitting.
Well, here's one that just popped up and it wasn't on here earlier, and this is the one you need to hammer. We've got Jokic over 12.5 rebounds. Bob, hammer that home.
Okay. Home?
You can get that at minus 110 on BetMGM. You got to let me finish, man.
Hammer it?
Hammer it. I'm going to do it right now. I'm throwing a
40.
Nice 50 pack on it.
Okay, I'm putting 40 on it.
That wasn't on there earlier. I have some that I placed that I'll go through, but I want to look and see if any are still on here. The other one I hammered, Bob, is one of these PRAs. I've got Jokic on the over 47.5 at minus 105 on BetMGM.
Oh, wow.
And that is player points, rebounds, and assists. I think Jokic is going to have a monster game against the Clippers. They don't have anybody down low that is going to be able to handle him. Expect him to have a heck of a day. And let me see if any of the other ones that I had are on here still. And
how do you like this one with player points, rebounds, and assists? Klay Thompson under or over 28.5. They've got the positive EV is the under. It's a 29 market with 5.53%. Are you feel that at all, or?
Ironically, I have a positive EV bet out right now, which I'm going to give you guys on. I believe I have one on Klay Thompson. I had him on the over 22.5. So I would say that one's probably a good one.
Okay.
The best one I found today is the Bobby Portis over 8.5 rebounds at plus 105. I love that pick.
And why do you love that pick?
Because Bobby Portis is going to get at least 9 rebounds, man.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
I can count on you for that.
You can count on me for that. And then we're in the same game. We are going to fade DeMar DeRozan on one of those PRAs. We're going to go the under 130, the under 38.5. Boy, that'd be nice if it was 138, huh?
Right, I'm throwing one your way right now. Okay.
Real quick, minus 106 on that DeMar DeRozan PRA.
And I got to find it. I'm going one for my hometown St. Louis Blues. David Perron under 2.5 shots on goal. That's a positive EV. I will take that.
Okay, right you can take that one. That's fine.
All right, let's look at the bet tracker, folks. Something that we try to do when
we're on fire, baby, in mine.
When we're doing this. As you can see, I just added these pending bets. I added all of these earlier. Some of these say normal. Those are my picks for tonight.
Any of the green you see are my picks.
As you can see, this grades your bets 100%. It's 100% free. It shows the sports book, the event, start, what the bet name is, the odds, and how much you staked on that. And here are our bets that have been graded. 1, 1, 1. Those are all, by the way, my bets. There's a loss. That's mine. There's another pending. And then when you come over here, you could check and see where you're at, how much profit. I'm up to $195 profit, $200 in pending bets. My return on investment of completed bets is 2.5%. My closing line value, that's percentage of the bets that I placed that beat that closing line value. Anything over 50% is considered good. Then, of course, it shows profit. Over time, sportsbook sport bet type, that's the bet tracker, 100% free. And I am stopping the share there, Mike. And let us go to Mike's lock of the night. You have one, right?
I do. And we're going to go with one of these. We're going to go with one of these positive EV plays. And I think the one that I like the most now that I ran across it was the Jokic over 12.5 rebounds, minus 110. You can book that, man. There's no doubt he's going to have, I'm saying probably at least 14, 15, 16 rebounds in this game for sure.
Okay. And I will give you my lock of the night, folks. And that is going to be, and I bet this earlier, that's going to be San Jose and Calgary under 6.5 goals. It's at the Saddle Dome. Calgary's very tough at home. They don't give up a lot of goals there at home. Real quick, Mike, let's touch on, you were wanting to talk a little bit about the NFL draft. What are your feelings as we sit here right now? When is the draft? How far are we out from that now? Probably a month and a half.
Yeah, we're getting pretty well in crunch time now. I believe let me check here. No, we're at the end of April. We're at the end of April for that.
Month and a half.
Yeah, April 28th. But here's the bottom line in this draft, in my opinion. This draft is loaded with wide receivers, and
that's where the pack is going.
Well, they're going to have to look at getting a couple, I think, because if you look at some of these names, you've got Drake London, you've got Garrett Wilson, you've got Olave from Ohio State. I think, and there's two receivers from Ohio State. You got him, and you've got Christian Watson, a big body guy. You've got a guy that I think is going to be, John Mechie. I think he's the type of receiver that you can use as a gadget player, a Deebo Samuel type. And he's down at the bottom in this receiver class. I mean, he's ranked below a lot of these guys, but no two ways about it. This draft is loaded with receivers. And I think you're going to see a lot of these guys. And what has the trend been here the last couple of years, Bob? The rookie receiving record is for yards has been getting crushed the last 2 years. Jefferson and then Jamar Chase. So we could be setting up for one of these rookie receivers and going down the list. You've got about 9 or 10 of them that who knows what could happen, man. Going to be insanity.
It's because the NFL is now a video game. Come on, Mike.
Well, you've got to give credit to these rookie receivers coming in and stepping up.
You know how I feel about that. Let them play against the guys who pop them. Play against Ronnie Lott and see how many you catch, buddy. All right, that takes care of last minute betting with the Sports Nuts, and we will be back sometime soon. We'll be back tomorrow. What am I saying? See you all tomorrow night and tomorrow morning.
Let's cash out these bets.
Let's cash.
Oh, we're cashing. We're cashing. If you're asking, we're cashing.